Hello. Hey y'all, hey. It's Heather with Velvet Vines Design. Thanks for joining me. I was messing around with my project. So how is everybody? Let me make sure the volume is up. Oh, there we go. Now we have sound. How is everybody? So thanks for joining me. Happy 4th of July. If you're seeing this, you're probably catching the replay, but my name is Heather with Velvet Vines Design, and we are here for Craft Around the Clock. So we're going to spend the next 45 minutes together making over some pickle jars, y'all. So let me get shared in, because of course I got online just in the nick of time. Sorry about that. Oops, did not mean for that to happen. Of course, when I go to press live, that's when, you know, things never go exactly how you want them to. All right, so I'm gonna get myself shared around, say hi to everybody. Hi Cheryl, hi Carol, hi Dana. How is everybody? Yeah, so if you didn't catch my post, we are going to do, we're gonna make over some pickle jars, y'all. So we're gonna keep it pretty simple today. I've been doing a lot of like wreaths and floral makes and things, and so I use these. I love pickles. I eat a lot of pickles, and I do have one jelly jar actually, and I don't want to throw them away. I don't like to throw away nice food containers. Jars are one of them. The other ones are like the packages that like cheese balls, the big jugs of cheese balls come in, or the big pretzels. So those are the other ones that I love to refurbish, right, for my own use. And I turn them into flower pots, or, you know, things that maybe like I'll have pampas grass in them, things like that. So we're gonna do rice paper on these, and I use them both inside and outside my home. So I'm gonna use an outdoor ready Mod Podge, and we're just gonna put some rice paper in them. And I do things like I use, you know, tea lights in them, so candles. I'll use battery operated lights. Sometimes I just use them to organize. So like when I do a barbecue, I'll put like my utensils and things in them, you know, for the guests, or like straws. If I do a charcuterie tray, you know, you do like the tall breadsticks. So I would take something like this that was adorned, you know, was redone and cleaned out, and I'll, you know, put the breadsticks in that. So, you know, just reusing some things. Hi, Sheila. All right, so let's go ahead and get things started. Thanks. I'm just gonna make sure I have comments. There we go. Oh, thank you, Dina. Yes, happy 4th of July. For anybody that's here that serves, or your family serves, thank you. First of all, thank you for your sacrifices that result in our freedoms, and I sincerely appreciate that. I want to make sure that, you know, we recognize what the day is. It's just not a day that we're off of work and we barbecue, but it's a day that we, you know, just remember, right? So thank you. So first and foremost for that, and then second, I hope that you all have some fun things planned today. This Mod Podge is like, oh yeah, nice and thick. This actually might need some water. Hold on, I have some water right here. This might have dried just a little, like a little skosh. So we're gonna add a little bit of water to it. I'm gonna shake it up and see if we can't bring it back to life. Hi, Cindy. Oh, Carol, first time watching me. Well, thanks for catching me. I appreciate it. Again, my name is Heather. This is my moonlight business, Velvet Vines Design. I have a small shop online where I sell home decor and holiday decor items. I love florals and greenery and ribbon. I love ribbon. But most importantly, I just love, you know, making pretty things and sprucing up, you know, home and DIYs and things like that. That's really kind of how I got my start. As you know, I always say I had a champagne taste on a Boone's Farm budget, and so it led me astray, y'all. But yeah, so, and if you are not someone that is into buying home decor, but you enjoy it, well, then I love to share tips and tricks while I'm doing my lives and things like that. So, Yeah, and I'm happy to share where I got something. So hi, Cindy. I'm going to point you down so you all can see. If you are wearing a headset, I'm just going to forewarn you that I will be using a dryer sometimes, you know, my heat gun. So what I'm doing first, these are just some cleaned out pickle jars. Some of the, I'm in mid-process, so I've been collecting some of these for a little while, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and get them all done. We're going to have time to do a couple of these together. So I take the label off, I wash them out, I take the label off. I use either Goo Gone if it's gonna be a booger. A lot of times I can just get it off with the heat gun. And then the first thing that I do, because I'm just using cheap apple barrel paint, inexpensive apple barrel paint. My girl Nadia is teaching me to use better words. So what I have to do is, it's not going to stick to glass. So I'm going to do a coat of Mod Podge first. We'll dry that. We'll do a coat of white, and then we'll go in rice paper. So it'll be that easy. I like to use things like jute around the top if I'm not going to need to screw a top onto it. So if I'm not going to redo the top, then I'll just, you know, put some jute like this, twine, you know, around the top. So we'll do some things like that, but sometimes I redo the top. I've used doorknobs, or well, small, like don't think like big door, think like cabinet door knobs on the top of them to make them kind of like decorative. So yeah. Hey, Danae from Beaumont. Oh, Danae, Texas. Girl, how's your weather? I bet it's oh yeah, a scorcher. I went outside for a little while this morning with my dog Frank, and I gotta tell you, it was hot. It was hot. And I'm just in Maryland on the coast. So we're just gonna do a couple of these jars. We're gonna dry them, and then we'll move on to the next process. Yes, happy 4th of July. Hi, Paula. Hi, Lindsay. Happy 4th. Yeah. So what's everybody's plans? We actually aren't doing too much on today, on the actual 4th. Our small town is doing their fireworks on Friday, and it's, you know, a little bit of a kind of a big deal, right? They put them off right on the river. It's beautiful. All the little shops in town open up. All the kids come out. Everybody kind of gathers. So anyway, we got some friends coming to meet us. So we're going to do that on Friday. So, and my husband's working today. So I was just really taking advantage of not working at my day job, my corporate day job, right? And I got a lot of computer work to do for Velvet and Vines. You know, that's not the fun part. The fun part is the flowers and the ribbon, y'all, you know. The other fun part is procurement, and for anybody that doesn't know, that means buying. So buying all the flowers and the ribbon and stuff, that was so fun. But when you need to take all the photos and list all the things and talk in all the Etsy talk, no fun. Shipping, while it means a great thing that you sold something, not very fun. Okay, we're gonna dry this. But I am so thankful when I get to ship. So this is like, that's like a catch-22. This is like a bugaboo. First time watching from West Virginia. Hi, Marcy. I'm in Maryland. I'm right on the coast, so watch your ears, y'all. Well, I'm right on the coast near Virginia. I live right on the Chincoteague Bay. So welcome, welcome, almost a neighbor. Elizabeth. Hi, Fredna. How are ya? You've got family in both Beaumont and Houston. Oh, Danae. Oh, wait. So you're originally now in Houston. Oh, I work with some folks that live in Houston. There's quite a few events coming up in the Houston area, y'all. If you're into crafting or florals and wreath making and things like that. There's Wreath Makers Live that's coming up in Sugarland area. There's also, I know there's a couple of pretty big wreath makers there in that area that do a lot of one to few workshops. So like 1 to maybe like 10 or 12. So if you're looking for that kind of thing, Oh yeah, happy 4th of July for those of you just joining. I love it. Everybody telling everybody happy 4th. Again, if you just came on, if you or someone in your family is or has served, thank you. I want to make sure we acknowledge what today is really about. So if you just joined in, also my name is Heather, Velvet Vines Design. I typically love to make home and holiday decor because I love flowers and ribbon, but we're changing it up a little bit today because I have a ton of pickle jars that have been calling my name. I've been saving, and I like to make them over. I'll do them in all kinds of different ways. Today we're using some rice paper. So, and because I have inexpensive paint, and I don't have any of like the stick fast and things like that, all the really cool things that the great painters use, because I don't paint very often. I'm just using good old Mod Podge as my base so that the paint will stick to the glass. So we're going to just put, you know, a little coat of white, and we're going to turn these pickle jars into something cute that I can either put candles in or use to put like utensils or something for a cookout, or like I said, I've used them on my charcuterie trays before. I put twinkle lights in them and made them into like night lights before. I've done, y'all, so many ideas, right? What are some of your favorite things that you've done with jars? I love when I first got into Craft Around the Clock, Tracy does her like, she grunges up those jars. Oh my goodness, I love them. Love them. I was like, oh, this is my group. I love jars. I love jars. So anyway, you're spending the day with your granddaughter and great-granddaughter in Colorado, and you're from Billings, Montana. Oh, that's awesome. I love that you're spending time with your family. Hey, Karen. Hey, Michelle. Happy 4th to you, too. Tony. Yo, so Elizabeth, yeah, we're just remaking some pickle jars. We're slowing it up a little bit. And I know normally I'm all into the flowers and all of that, but y'all, I've been really working it. I've been doing, you know, I did some 10 days of live. So for those of you that go live every day, you're probably like, chump change, Heather. But that was a lot for me to do 10 days of lives. And then I've been keeping it up. So anyway, I just wanted to change it up. I like to sit down and relax and take my time and talk to y'all and all of those things too. And sometimes that's hard to do when you're making, especially if you're doing florals and, you know, in our time on Craft Around the Clock, you want to keep it in the 45 minutes. And I love to show you a finished product. So I don't always get there though, but I appreciate it that you all enjoy the photos and things. All right, so this Mod Podge is meh, dry, but it's gonna be good enough. Good enough. That's kind of my slogan, is good enough. For those of you that are perfectionists, you're probably like, ah. Right. Hi, oh, I think I said hi. Hi, Lonnie. Hey, what's up, lady? Who and what inspired me? Oh, Danae. Okay, so who and what inspired me to do floral design? So, okay, so my story is, you know, the champagne taste on the Boone's Farm budget. That's a true thing. I was a young mom early in life. I was about not quite 23, and I was a single mom almost right away. So there was that. But I wanted to make a home, right? My grandmother, you know, was like such a homemaker, right? She was a quilter, a sewer, you know, always cooked and cleaned and all of those things. I wanted that for my baby, right? And so just because I was a struggling single mom working all the time wasn't going to keep me from doing that. So I kind of started my thing just by wanting furniture that coordinated. It didn't look like it was thrifted together. And then I was like, well, I want things on my wall. And then that led to you kind of doing that kind of stuff, you know. But then, you know, I you know, of course, got married and grew my family. And I have a corporate job that keeps me very, very busy until COVID happened. So fast forward gosh, dang near almost 20 years, right? And COVID happened. I had never really played with florals outside of anything I've done for myself. So, you know, anything I did for the holiday, let me say that slowly. I have always done like an over top Christmas tree. And in fact, there was at one point I put up like 7 to 8 Christmas trees because I just was that over the top. So when COVID happened and I didn't have to travel like I used to with work, that all came to a screeching halt. I suddenly found myself with some time on my hands. And good old Facebook, you know, I was watching someone live one day. I want to say it was maybe Jackie with the fancy front door was probably one of the first people that I watched. Then Candy with Candy's Creations, who is now I'm in her design school. So it kind of came full circle, right? But I just saw these people making all these fabulous things for the holidays, and I was like, hey, I want that. And I live here in Podunk, Maryland. There is no stores that sell that. I don't even have an at-home store. I have a Marshall's, I have a Michael's and a Hobby Lobby. I have Walmart and Target and things like that. But other than that, like a Ross, like it's like not even that cool. So anyway, you know, it's not like, you know, those of you that are lucky enough to live in the Houston area with all of those craft stores like Craft Techs and stuff. Oh my word, I'd be so broke. I'd be broke as a joke. Anyway, so that's what started it. I think it was Danae. You asked that question, right? And then and they were making, this is the funny thing, they were making swags. It must have been Jackie, because Jackie loves to make a swag. And I was like, ooh, I've never seen that wreath shape before, that big over the top, because she packs them full. Love it. So now you know where it comes from. I'm going to dry these too so that we can get going so that you can at least see something finished. And then we'll get on to the rice paper. I don't have a Joann's. Don't have a Joann's. We used to, and years ago it closed up. You know what I mean? Like, that's really, it's sad. It's a sad situation. You could go to one of those stores. You're a bam girl. Yeah, I love Angel, and I love Amy too. I've taken a couple of their workshops. I'm not in their groups, not because I like totally love their designs and things like that, but if you see my style's not, I'm not quite there with the big, like, I don't know if I could ship it. I don't know if I could sell it. I don't know if I have a customer base for, you know, that would, you know, I'm working myself up to that, right? And so those are big size pieces. But yeah, so the swag, I was watching them make a swag, but I didn't know how the base was, because a lot of times when they're doing lives, especially like a teacher like Jackie, you know, with Fancy Front Door, they kind of come on their lives with a lot of the like base stuff done. So they would come with it already stuffed with mesh. So I didn't know what was underneath of there. Y'all, my first swag was a pool noodle that I wrapped in garland, because I had no idea how they made it. So I just took this big pool noodle and I made like this, like an awareness loop thing, right? I put it together with zip ties, and then I wrapped that baby with a bunch of evergreen garland that I had from a bunch of Christmases that I've done, you know, my staircases and changed it up 100 times. And that was my first one. And to this day, I still use that swag. I love it. It's I got leopard print in it and all of that. So that's how I made my first swag. And then when I saw somebody do it for real, and I was like, oh, you can buy those? Oh, that's cool. That's way better. That's way better than a pool noodle. But I was being resourceful. So anyway. Oh yeah, I love Amy. I love her story. Those ladies are wonderful ladies. Anyway, yeah, check those ladies out. Amy with Babam, Angel with Holiday Baubles is fantastic, Candy with Candy Creations, Jen with Jam Designs. These are all lovely, lovely people that all have their own unique style, but all love flowers and ribbons. Some of them sell it, some of them teach it, so all kinds of things. Check it out. Okay, so let's get to the rice paper. So here are some of my options. And I think I might have shown this to you in an unboxing during my 10 days of lives, if you happen to see it. Now, I do realize that I have a lot of crafting friends in the Craft Around the Clock that sell rice paper, and so I want to apologize to them right away. I promise I'm going to be shopping better quality and selection from all of you, but I got this during my 10 days of lives because I had a project I was doing. I was remaking some wood tags that I was going to use as a as some wreath signs, right? And so I needed something quick and in a hurry that had some flowers on it. So I did the Amazon thing. So that's where I got these rice papers. But please, please check out some of these ladies. There's so many of them. Vintage Retail Therapy by Mara. If you or anyone in here in these comments, if you sell rice paper or any of this kind of, you know, decoupage, I think it's Decoupage Queen and Prima and all that, please say so, so that people can follow you. I myself can go back and follow you, but I got these on Amazon. So anyway, I'm going to pick out just a couple. These are, I mean, like, they're all kind of flowery, floral, and I'm just going to literally wrap it, and it fits almost perfectly. So there, it's just going to go like that, and then once I get it to the top, I'll probably just, well, I'll probably cut it off a little bit, and then when I get up there, I'll my sand and block. That's what I forgot. Let me grab it. It's right here. I'll just sand it off. All right. Okay. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna pick out a couple of prints and just decoupage and change it up, and it'll be light enough that you can still see. Like if you put twinkle lights or something in there, it can still put out a glow. It won't be like, you know, a flashlight, okay? But it'll still put out a glow. Okay. All right, let me just cut this down and then we'll decoupage this on. Now, normally I would not cut what I'm going to decoupage. Like, normally I would take, you know, a wet paintbrush, because I don't have one of those wet pens, water pens, sorry. But normally I would just do that because, so it's feathered, but remember, I'm going to sand it off of the top of it so it gets kind of like that sanded look, so it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to go the quick and easy route of scissors. All right, so go back to the Mod Podge. Everyone. Hi. Bottle Creek napkins. Ooh, oh, Darlia. Oh, thank you. Is that, and Digital Deco Designs. Thank you. Thank you for putting in some stuff. I'm so funny. Sometimes we got to do what works. And if pool noodles work, it's what we, exactly, Cindy, exactly. I was like, I want that. But I was way too shy back then to ask them the questions. I would never be like, oh my God, where did you get that? I would never, I didn't say a word in comments. And honestly, back then, for, you know, those that are creators, and I'm a creator too, so I get it. So for those of you that are cringing, I didn't know that engagement meant anything. I was just like undercover watching and loving. You know what I mean? When creators started to explain that a little bit more, like, hey, listen, liking and sharing helps me grow my page. I didn't necessarily share because, y'all, people are so nosy. Want to know what you're doing. What you doing? So maybe I didn't necessarily share, but I definitely started to do like the likes and the loves and all of that kind of stuff. Anybody else feel that? I feel that in my soul. Like, people just want to be knowing what you're doing. What are you doing? I'm like, hey, mind your business. Anybody else feel me? Scrappy's, oh, I love her. I love her. Thank you for putting her in there. I love her. And you know, y'all, listen, that's somebody that's, you know, she worked in the tech field, I think she said, and then You know, she's worked herself up to now she has her own, she bought like a building and redid it with her husband, like a, you know, kind of like a, I don't want to call it a shed because it's like way nice. Like think like, you know, when construction companies doing big jobs, and they bring in like those modular buildings that the like general contractor and stuff will work out of. It's like that. And they redid it. It looks gorgeous. She redid it. Anyway, I love her laugh, y'all. Her laugh is absolutely the best laugh ever. So yes, check her out. Okay. I'm getting a little bit of unevenness, but I'm so not worried about it because, well, mostly because it's for me. And remember what I said earlier? It's just good enough. Good enough. And I will just do the same thing. So there, we've wrapped it. And I'm going to go over with a layer of Mod Podge, not Decopauging. I always do that. And then we'll shave it down, like here and here and here. But I'm gonna do it now. Can you tell? It's bothering me. I gotta do it now. Wait, how in the world are they super touchy? Oh wait, what? Shopping online, Hobby Lobby, and Michael is so hard. Their website. Oh, what do you mean? Oh, super touchy. Ooh, that sounds like an HR problem. That sounds like, I just took compliance training at my job, and all I know is I am mad non-compliant. I was like, that's wrong? Oh, my bad. So then we took the compliance training, and then we went to an event. I'm like, that's all the things. It was so the whole time I was like, pretty sure that's non-compliant. Can't talk about that. Non-compliant. So I was like, all right, now I'm gonna go over a layer. I'm like, man, you know what? One career I guess I'll never be in, HR. Non-compliant. I really was. I was shocked. I was like, that's wrong. Like when they did the practice test, I kept getting the wrong answer. I was like, what do you mean wrong answer? This is the right answer. What do you mean? I was like, oh, ouch. Anybody that's on here with HR, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Look away. Look away. I'm sure my people officer guy, if he ever saw me, would be like, oh, bless Heather. You're why I have to take long drives. All right. All right. I'm going to let this dry a little bit before I start handling it because it's disgusting. But this is what we've got so far. And it looks all kinds of cloudy, so you can't see it because of the Mod Podge. And it's the outdoor Mod Podge, so it's very, very thick. And if you tap an item somewhere, especially on a phone or a laptop, it's just a hard site to use. Yeah, you know, listen, I have found that a lot. There's a lot of websites out there that we as crafters and makers have to use that are just not user friendly, especially if you're trying to use them from your phone. A lot of those companies clearly must have very junior web designers, or they're using maybe some templates or things like that. But yeah, it's hard. And in a lot of times, it'll prevent me from shopping. Like if it's a website where I have to scroll through a selection and I can't search, That's usually a no-go for me, because in my situation where I'm managing my home, my children, my day job, which is pretty demanding, and then my side business, like, time is money, and I can't spend 3 hours scrolling 1,700 pages of product when I just want to look at greenery. You know what I mean? Feel me on that? Like, you gotta let me look at greenery. All right, so now it's clearing up, and you can see. And because this is outdoor, it is pretty glossy, by the way. But you know, you can use any finish you want. It can be matte. In fact, this DuraClear is by far my favorite medium to use. I'm not using it on these because, like I said, I'm making them for myself, and I want to know that I can interchangeably use them inside or outside. So, so that's what I'm doing. From Team, Dana, I haven't even looked at Team. Hey, Pat. Hey, lady. How's my friend doing? Oh, thanks, Jamie. Oh, well, great. See, I love that you love making these jars. I love that. Yeah, I haven't gotten on the Temu train. I mean, hey, I'm like not knocking it. It's just like, sometimes I have this mentality of, if I don't know what I'm missing, like, I'm good with it. Does that, anybody else like that? Like, that probably bugs some personalities immensely, right? But there are just some things that I'm just like, meh. Meh. I don't know nothing about it. I don't really care nothing about it. You know what I mean? Anyway. All right, I'm gonna have to go around here and reseal kind of this edge where it kind of dips in. But I gotta press it like this. And I didn't want to do it with all of that really nasty sticky Mod Podge on there. So now, all right. Now that we got it, there we go. All right, so that's what we got. And then what I'll do is I'll go over the top with this jute on this one, because this will probably be one that I won't ever use. I won't ever use the lid on because I've already covered up the little grids. So I'm gonna put this over here to dry. Let's do a second one while we have a couple of minutes. We have about 13 minutes together, so we'll do a second one. There was someone here with some music notes that had more of like the red tones, and I want to like this one. So I'm gonna use that one. That's not the one with the music notes, but I do like the red. Here's the one with the music notes. Isn't that pretty? All right, maybe we'll do this one since I talked about it. Clearly, I like it. Well, listen, y'all, I'm gonna make a day of this. I'm gonna work on my computer a little bit, and then I'll come back in here and work on this a little bit, but this is gonna be my day where I get this project done. I've got all the things out here. When I get off of here, I'm gonna turn on my music, you know, right? Oh, hi Pam, are you new? You're new from Akron, Ohio. I have been to Ohio, love Ohio. I have some of my favorite people that I work with, or have worked with. I don't work with them anymore, but have worked with at a previous company that are in Ohio. So welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Heather. This is my page where I love like flower decor, ribbon. I love like home and holiday. That's my jam. And normally you'll find me making something that is like a wreath or a swag or a garland or a table piece or something like that. But today I'm changing it up a little bit. I'm a lover of pickles. I'm also a lover of recycling and reusing. So I love to make some of my home decor with food jars and containers. So I had a bunch of these pickle jars that were adding up, and I had this rice paper, and I know that I'm coming up on some cookouts and things at my house, And so I thought, you know what? I want to change it up a little bit. I've been doing a whole lot of florals. So let's do some jars. And here we are. So thanks for hopping on. Hi, Marie. Oh, thanks, Renee. I appreciate that. Yes, yes. I hope that you like what you see. I go live on my Facebook page anywhere from like 3 to 4 times a week. So yeah, I know I was just live last night. Made pretty little tobacco basket, and then I also go live and craft around the clock. So yeah, thanks for joining me. We got a couple more minutes together. Let's see. I started at 10:45, right? So I go to, help me out. You remember I'm at math, y'all. It's 11:30. Yeah, 45 minutes, right? I promise that I'm not that helpless, but I do have my moments. Like I was saying last night, my husband calls me Miss Heather. It's a term of endearment. It is not meant to be mean or ugly, but he calls me Miss Heather. And when I have those moments, he's like, Miss Heather, Miss Heather. I'm like, what? What? All right, I'm just cutting this off so it's a little easier for me to work with. Actually, I don't want to throw that away. I might want to use it on something. I might want to use it on a lid. So I could decoupage a lid. Oh, Dawn, you're also from Ohio. Hi, Tanya. Yeah, Sparky, happy 4th to you too. Happy 4th. I hope you guys, you have something fun planned in the works. I'm going to show you what that looks like before I get it slapped with Mod Podge and then we dry it. I hope you have something planned, fun, or that you're just relaxing and staying in, if that's what you choose to do. What's anybody doing a cookout? Anybody having anything fun on your menu? Let me live through you. I have no idea what I'm doing for dinner, and I know that it'll be a matter of like an hour that I'll get the message. What's for dinner? So I guess I better figure it out, right? I don't know. What's for dinner? Oh yeah, we have some Canadians in here that are not celebrating the 4th of July. They have their own Independence Day. Your Independence Day is it in November? Is your Independence Day in November? I'm sorry I don't know that. That's rude. I apologize. See, this is why I'm an HR problem. I love Canada though. I've been to Montreal, and I've been to Vancouver, Toronto, Calgary. Those are the cities in Canada that I've been to, and they were all lovely and the loveliest people. All right, so we got a nice thick coat on there. July 1st. Oh, okay. Thank you, Michelle, for telling me. I appreciate that. You're going to your daughter's later today. That's nice, Teresa, because she has to clean up. Right? Am I right? Am I right? Like, I can't wait until that day. My oldest son is 23. And not that I don't want to, like, invade his privacy or anything, but I think he reminds, he posts this kind of stuff on his social media, but he does have a girlfriend now. And he's only had 2 girlfriends in his life. Very handsome guy. Very, very, very handsome. But he's told me, he's like, she's got to be something before she meets my mama. Like, he's like, I'm not going to bring you. He used a term, but I'm not going to use that term on the Book of Faces. I don't want y'all to be upset with me. But anyway, he's like, I'm not going to bring home just anybody. So anyway, he's introduced us to his girlfriend, Emily. She's been around for a little while now, and I just love her. I stinking love her. Here's the problem. I always love them. Always. I need some female energy. I need some estrogen. You know what I mean? So it's never a matter of this mama, like pushes the girls away. No. I'm like, does Emily want to come over? Does Emily want to come over? Like, can you bring her over? He's like, Mom, simmer. I'm like, so excited. It's a girl. It's a girl. I know I'm goofy, but, and he has great taste, you know. All of his girlfriends have been just lovely. You know, I know it hasn't worked out, but they've been lovely. Like, I've always been like, oh, really? Oh, you can't, like, fix that? Like, I'm that. Yeah. Like, oh, is that a deal breaker? Oh, okay. All right. I'm more like that mom. I'm not like, oh, yeah, she's totally, you know. Anyway. All right, so here we are with jar number 2. I like how these are turning out. All right, so we only have 5 minutes left. We'll get this other one started, but you're not going to get to see the finished product. But I so appreciate y'all hanging out with me on this 4th of July. I'd love to see what you all make with your jars. Maybe in the last couple of minutes, I could show you how I would like finish move. How about that? Well, I'll show you how I'll finish move some of these. Even though they're not quite dry, it's okay. I think I can work around it. So jute and diamond dust are 2 of my favorite things. Depends on where I want to use it. So if I know that I'm going to use it in my kitchen, I usually do not use diamond dust. If I know that it's going to be somewhere where it's going to be handled all the time and people aren't aware, you know, because diamond dust can be a little jagged. But I did have intentions for some of these jars to hold. During the summer, I love to clip my flower clippings when outside, like my hydrangeas and stuff. And so I'm going to put, I have a bay window in front of my sink, my kitchen sink. So I'm going to use 3 of the jars in that area, and I will probably do some diamond dust. So that's another thing I like to do. I'll pick like a flower or something on here, and I'll just diamond dust the flower. I won't necessarily do the whole piece. So so we'll do some finishing moves like that. Oh, you celebrate your Thanksgiving in October. Oh, thank you for telling me that. Hi, Renee from North Carolina. We're close. I'm in Maryland, right on the coast, right on the coast near Virginia. Hi, Teresa. Your grandsons lived in Brecksville, Ohio. Oh, and it was amazing. Cindy says, all your kids are grown. You live all over the U.S. and none are close, so you just stay home and chill. Aw. I understand. I fear my kids moving away, but I guess it's just a part of life, right? So, oh, thank you, Sonia. I appreciate you saying that. There's 38, great looking, not married yet, looking for that someone special. Hey, yep. I just am like, let's stay out of it. Let's stay out of it. But he is a guy. So, you know, my son is my oldest son. He's a personal trainer. He literally lives at the gym. For those of you that know me or have been following me, you know, I share that he's a MMA fighter, and he's been fighting since he was 19, and he was amateur. He just had his last amateur fight, not this past weekend, the one before, and he's now going pro, right? So he's a personal trainer who literally lives in the gym. I'm not kidding you. So it takes a special person because, you know, he's around all of, you know, and he has his shirt off all the time, like, because he's dated some people. It's just, you know, some people just have problems with some of the stuff, you know. It's a lot of attention. He doesn't really like, anyway, yeah. It just takes somebody that's okay with all of that. But his girlfriend now, she's like an athlete. She was an athlete in college. She was a basketball player, so she's tall. And totally like him. Just totally, you know, enjoys sports and being active. And yeah, she came to his fight. She was adorable. She's like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, girl, I've been to his fights for 4 years and I still don't know what to do. I still don't know what to do. So anyway. But yes, I do love some female energy. Not that I'm rushing it, but I would love for my son Garrett that he has no interest. He's just like, sports. And I'm certainly not, I'm not going to rush that or talk, you know what I mean? I'm not going to push him into that, but I'm just saying, if he were to get a girlfriend, I'd be really excited about it. So, all right, we are at time, you all. Hey, Justin, how are you? So for those of you that just hopped in late, we just redid some pickle jars with some rice paper. I'm going to turn them into things that I'm going to use for my candles and for my cookouts and my charcuterie trays and things like that. I'm going to finish these up. This is what I'm going to work on today, but we are at our time, so stay in Craft Around the Clock. It's, if you are not in it, that link in my featured links goes right to it. It's a free round-the-clock crafting group. There's crafters on live today all the way until I think 6:30 Central Time. So go check it out, and I'll catch you later. I'll post some pictures of this. So thanks you all. Hey, listen, again, happy 4th of July. Thank you for your service, for those that have, and can't wait to see you the next time I'm live. Might be Friday. We'll see. Thanks, y'all. Have a good one.